The Empire's warship hung in the void like an arrogant god, all polished chrome and pulsing energy conduits, its bridge awash in cold, blue light. Admiral Vrak tapped a clawed finger on the holotable, eyes blazing with contempt. Humanity is primitive. A squall of insects, nothing more, he sneered, voice like grinding stone. Their weapons are crude. Their minds simpler still. They will crumble before our might. Around him, the officers nodded, their faces masks of stiff loyalty and smug certainty. The Empire had conquered star systems without mercy, crushed rebellion after rebellion. Humanity? Just another minor inconvenience. Meanwhile, light years away on Earth, the real story was unfolding far from Vrak's overconfident gaze. Steve, a man who once thought the height of excitement was the office coffee machine breaking down, leaned back in his chair at Command Central, eyes fixed on a blinking red dot zooming toward their fleet on the tactical map. The Galactic Empire had underestimated humanity. Again. "All right, team," Steve said with a grin, fingers drumming the table. "They think we're a joke. Time to prove otherwise." His tactical advisor, Maya, rolled her eyes but smirked. "You do know they've got ships 10 times our size, right?" Steve nodded, eyes gleaming. "Sure. But have you seen our new weapons?" "No, not the flashy stuff. I'm talking about the things they'll never expect. It's like playing chess with a pigeon. No matter what you do, the pigeon just knocks the pieces over, craps on the board, and struts around like it won." The room erupted in chuckles, but beneath the humor was an electric tension. Humanity had endured centuries of oppression, covert attacks, and propaganda from the Empire. Yet here they stood, ready to flip the script. Back aboard the Empire flagship, Vrak barked, "Prepare the annihilation cannon. These humans must be crushed before they spread their chaos further." His second-in-command hissed, "The planet is poorly defended. We will eradicate the surface population swiftly." Vrak smiled, the cruel kind that promised suffering. "Yes. Let the galaxy remember that resistance is futile." But the humans had other plans. Steve tapped a sequence on his console, activating the first stage of their counterattack. A ripple of unusual energy pulsed through the fleet's defense grid, a chaotic, unpredictable pattern. "Deploy the resonators," he ordered. Maya's eyebrows shot up. "You mean the resonators? Those things that make no sense, even on paper?" "Exactly," Steve said. "Sometimes, winning isn't about brute force. It's about making the enemy's brain explode with confusion. They expect lasers and bombs. We give them chaos." The crew braced as the first resonator wave rippled out into space, bending light and sound in disorienting patterns. Sensors on the Empire fleet began to blink wildly. Vrak's voice cracked through the comms, sharp and furious. "What is this witchcraft?" Steve smirked. "Welcome to humanity's unorthodox welcome party." The stage was set. The Empire's arrogance was about to collide headfirst with human unpredictability, and nobody, not even Vrak, could predict the aftermath. The resonators hit the Empire fleet like a thunderclap wrapped in a riddle. Sensors flickered, navigation systems hiccuped, and the grand warship, once the epitome of unshakable dominance, wobbled as if caught in a cosmic migraine. Admiral Vrak slammed a clawed fist on the console, his eyes narrow slits of fury. "What foul sorcery is this? Explain. Now." "Sir," hissed his communications officer, "our instruments are reporting impossible data. The humans have deployed a wave of electromagnetic chaos. It's scrambling our systems but, in patterns that make no sense." Vrak's mandibles twitched. "Patterns? What nonsense. Just shoot them to pieces." But no one could shoot when their targeting systems kept shifting like drunken stars. On the bridge of a nearby frigate, Captain Tlora gritted her teeth. "I am not convinced this is random. The humans' chaos is strangely organized. It's like they're playing a game we don't understand." "Ha," sneered Lieutenant Bzal. "We are superior beings. What game could they possibly play that would matter?" Meanwhile, aboard Earth's command center, Steve leaned forward, eyes glinting with mischief. It's exactly that, Lieutenant. We're playing 4D chess, while they're still stuck on checkers. Maya shot him a look. Stop with the metaphors. Focus. Right, Steve said, tapping another button. Time for Phase 2. Across the void, alien ships jolted as they suddenly began firing their own weapons, but at random directions, some even at their own fleet. Confusion rippled through the Empire lines like wildfire. This is absurd. Vrak bellowed, dodging a stray plasma blast that scorched a nearby bulkhead. Who commands this madness? Commander, Tlora said, the humans are forcing our weapons to malfunction. It's psychological warfare. Our soldiers are panicking but trying to hold their discipline. The Empire's rigid hierarchy cracked under the pressure. Some officers barked orders, while others simply stared, dumbfounded. Back on Earth, a burst of laughter echoed in the control room. You see that? Steve pointed at a live feed showing an alien cruiser spinning wildly in space. That's what I call interstellar slapstick. Maya shook her head, smiling. You're insane. No, Steve said, I'm just a human who knows that when you're outgunned, you outweird the enemy. Suddenly, a transmission came through, crackling with static but clear enough for all to hear. This is Admiral Vrak of the Galactic Empire, his voice seethed with venom. You insolent pests dare defy the Empire? We will grind your planet to dust. Surrender now or perish. Steve clicked the comms open, voice dripping with mock politeness. Hey, Vrak. Thanks for the invite, but we brought the party, and we never RSVP'd. Ready for round 2? The alien officers gasped. Even Vrak faltered, momentarily off balance from the blatant human cheek. As the humans prepped their next move, strange new patterns emerged on the battle map, decoys, false signals, and traps designed to lead the Empire fleet into dead ends. Aliens shouted confused commands, some even argued over which data to trust. Your move, Vrak, Steve whispered, a grin splitting his face. Let's see how you handle human chaos next. And so, the battle escalated, not with brute force, but with confusion, humor, and relentless unpredictability. The Empire, for the first time in its history, faced an enemy it couldn't simply overpower. The Empire's flagship lurched, systems groaning under the relentless assault of human trickery. The resonators had warped their tech into a tangled mess, like a cosmic Rubik's Cube scrambled by a toddler with zero patience. Admiral Vrak's claws slammed the console again, desperation bleeding through his usual arrogance. This can't be. We are the Empire. Control must be absolute. But the Empire's leadership was losing grip. Reports poured in of ships drifting like lost ghosts, weapons firing into empty space, and communications turning into static riddles. Sir, Tlora gasped, our navigational arrays are collapsing. The humans' technology, this resonator, it's rewriting our systems in real time. Vrak's mandibles quivered. Find the source. Destroy it. But Earth's command center was already readying the ultimate weapon, not a bomb, not a fleet, but something far stranger. Steve smiled grimly. Time to unleash the resonator MK2. It's not just chaos anymore, it's chaos with style. Maya raised an eyebrow. You mean that massive psychological weapon we built in secret? Steve winked. Yep. We call it the resonator. The device emitted a haunting hum as it fired waves of meticulously crafted frequencies into space. These weren't just random pulses, they were engineered to play on the Empire's deepest fears, insecurities, and bureaucratic rigidity. Alien officers began twitching, their composure fracturing as the waves infiltrated their minds. Commands became gibberish, once confident leaders muttered nonsense, entire fleets slowed to confused drifts. Commander, I am unable to calculate protocol, stammered one officer. Another screamed, the charts. They're singing to me. Vrak's control room descended into chaos. His prized empire fractured from within by nothing more than sound waves and psychological warfare. Humans, he hissed, you wield madness as a weapon. Steve's voice came over the comms, calm and taunting. "It's not madness, Admiral. It's human creativity, the weapon you always overlooked." Just then, the galactic broadcast lit up with a human message, projected directly into the Empire's communication channels. "Attention Galactic Empire," Steve announced with theatrical flair, "you have been outplayed by the species who mastered memes before you mastered starships. Surrender now, or face eternal embarrassment." The Empire fleet's remaining cohesion shattered. Ships began retreating in disarray, their pride broken more than their hulls. Vrak clenched his fists. "This isn't over. The humans may have won this battle, but the war is eternal." "Sure, Vrak," Steve said dryly, "and I'm sure your next eternal plan will be even more predictable." The resonator had changed the game. The Empire no longer ruled by sheer power, it was defeated by a force it could neither crush nor comprehend. The stage was set for a final showdown, but humanity had already proven the galaxy didn't know what it was dealing with. The Empire's retreat was anything but graceful. Ships limped away, systems glitching like old machines with too many secrets. Admiral Vrak's once proud warship resembled a wounded beast desperate for cover. But Steve wasn't done. "All right team, time for the grand finale." In Command Central, he pressed the big red button labeled Meme Bomb. The resonator MK3 unleashed a dazzling barrage of absurdity, distorted holograms, impossible physics, and, most devastatingly, endless loops of the Empire's most embarrassing communications. Alien captains gasped as their most serious war declarations morphed into ridiculous dance challenges and cat videos. "This is a strategic humiliation," Steve explained. "Destroy their morale, not just their ships." Vrak's voice crackled over the comms, strained and broken. "You will pay for this insolence. The Empire will rise again." Steve laughed. "Yeah, sure. And I'm the Queen of Andromeda." As the Empire fleet faded into the shadows of defeat, Earth's broadcast tower lit up the galaxy with a cheeky message. "Galactic Empire, thanks for playing. Humans outsmart, outlaugh, and outlast. Good luck finding us next time." The room erupted in cheers. Maya smiled, shaking her head. "You know, you really should stop naming your weapons after internet trends." Steve grinned. "Why stop now? Humanity wins by being weird, unpredictable, and a little ridiculous." The final line echoed across space, a mic drop in every sense. "We came, we memed, we conquered." And just like that, the Empire's myth of invincibility was shattered, not by brute force, but by the chaotic brilliance of humanity.